It is somehow 10 seasons of Rush Duel ranked in Duel Links now. We've not had a single new rank added to the game, which is kind of baffling. We know they're in the game, but they're not being given to us. We're going in with the brand new ASANA Maximum deck. I've played, I want to say 10, 15 duels this in King Games, a bit in Silver to rank up into Gold, and it's been doing pretty well so far. So we'll see what the early Gold meta is like into COG. Hopefully we can reach that sometime this week. But we're going against a Maximum Cyburst deck, and this is probably, again, still tier 1, tier 2, even with the ban list that hasn't come into effect yet. So going in for a not so great field turn 1, and we've opened not that amazing, right? So I think here we've just kind of got to go for the real safe bet of just going for the WYRM Excavator turn 1. Gonna keep the Vanilla Worm in hand. Might be a bit of a mistake, but I think we should be fine. Go for the skill, get a bit of a buff, and then just go for clearing this Absolute Hydron. And so all new decks kind of feel just a little bit too underpowered compared to what I had before, and I think that's why Konami went so hard on trying to balance the game in new balance, but we've seen from tournament results, that's not been a thing that's happened. But going for the set is interesting. We can go for a fairly decent field of our Shovelon, this one, and go for the big tribute summon of our level 6 vanilla. And we can then go and hit the back row, just in case, right, putting on the bottom of the deck is massive if it is a negate attack or widespread, right? That is the only situation where this is going to be useful, because if it is a back removal, they would have played it, right? Double reduce, meaning his hand is not that great. We've seen a nail that's really, really bricked, and we could just go and summon the Maximum this turn. We've got it, but we're not going to. We're going to hold off because we know he can summon a Drago, and we kind of want our Maximum to be in play to make sure we can clear a Drago. So let's go for our skill, go and do a bit of a buff on it. I guess the Shovelon if we really need it, but we probably don't. Attacking in, it's going to be nothing. Okay, fair enough, 16, putting him very, very low. So right now, he really, really needs that Maximum summon. Will he get it? Probably not. We know that back row is nothing, so that is good. We then know if he does play on the back row, we can snipe it with our big Maximum and deal damage and win that turn. So I think regardless, we've won, which is a good thing for our first order video. That's good, but not necessarily the best opponent. Now, going for the double... Okay, here comes the Drago in Prismatic as well. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But can we beat it? That is the question. And I think we're going to. Milling to pop, gonna clear this. Probably would have done it differently, but I guess you can't clear a level 10, right? I imagine that's what you can do, right? It's gonna be, what, level 8 or lowers? Yeah, okay, so that's fine. It doesn't matter, right? Play the field spell, Maximum summon, in for our WYRM Excavator Heavy Cavalry Drago, coming down, we'll play the animation, and we're gonna beat his Maximum with our own Maximum. And our Maximum is just a giant tank with a dragon head, which I guess is fairly cool, right? It's fairly cool. It does get attacked times up cards in hand, so I think we might be in a little bit of a okay. We've just about beat it. That's very funny. But let's go and return to the deck. I guess we'll go for sure the other piece. That's fine. Go and pop this back row. If we didn't have the field spell, then we'd be kind of stuck. You know, we'd be kind of stuck, but go for our skill, we'll play this, no point in adding back a card, that's fine, we'll debuff a bit, that's okay, and just go and clear. And now, he's again on the back foot. He needs to top deck a Tribute to the Doomed, which he does. We've not got a gate attack anymore, that's now gone, but also he can't deal maximum damage. So, he's going to send a card back to the hand, to make his card weaker, which is interesting. We're gonna have this either way. Summon 3, true it off, he's gonna scoop onto the next duel. Oh, it's Volt. Okay, Volt is actually a World Championship qualifier player. He's going to Worlds, both on Asana, both on the new deck. But this is going to be kind of annoying because we're both on the same deck, and our field spell buffs both stuff. We've kind of got to just go for the double set, right? Double set, we'll go in, set our field spell, because there's no point giving him an attack point buff right now. There's no point making our cards weaker. It now means that both our Maximums are now live, right, for the field spell pop. So either way, he's also going for the set field spell and then setting another on top, which is interesting because I guess he values the card advantage more. So that is a definite thing to go by. Not the best hand, right? So I think we take a risk and go Picklon, mill this, get a tribute, go again. Just attempt it, right? Just attempt it and see for a tribute. There is our Build Dragon. Okay, that is way, way better. That is much better. So let's go 1, 2, in for Build Dragon. There's no point in reviving this. We'll go for, I guess, we'll go for the Constructor Shuffle-On. We go and set again. Attack over. There's 1. There's 2. A little bit of a delay there. A small amount. Now, the issue is we're both on back row removal. That could come in clutch, right? That could come in clutch. And there's another back removal, and again, more maximum pieces we can't play. That is very annoying. But we can just go for the big roller. Go Howling. You put this back on the bottom of the deck. That's fine. Do I want to keep this in hand at the moment? I feel like we do, right? Because if he does snipe out this, and we snipe his one as well, then, ooh, it is a recital. Okay, fair enough, keeping that one alive. Going for the Picklon. Okay. Gonna be discarding to draw 1, discarding a 15 vanilla, and going for the maximum summon of WYRM Excavator. Here's where things start to kind of go balls up for us, right? Because, of course, he can just get rid of our back row, and then draw a card, get stronger, or go for our field spell. That's an option, because then he gets to draw 2, which is crazy. Right? That's why the mirror is so weird. Here comes his own field spell coming down, 5100 talent points, going to be playing the effect of be gaining 100 as well, and then potentially getting cut back as well to 55. Going for 3k guaranteed damage is interesting. We're now kind of on the back foot, and that is really annoying. And also our card is dead, so that's also great. So we've got to go put this down, set, defense, and we've got to just kind of sit and wait, because his hand advantage is so big, right? It is massive. Whilst he has that advantage, he can keep drawing multiple cards, keep popping my field spell to draw 2, get closer to that 10 piercing limit. He's gonna win just off that, right? Just straight off of that. So here we've got to see the middle piece. That is, I mean, we've got to play it because otherwise he just keeps going for our stuff. So let's go for our own WYRM Excavator. We'll summon our own. It's not gonna do anything, right? It's still 45. That's not amazing. We'll go and play the effect. We'll go and return to the deck. Our own field spell, sure. We'll pop his field spell and get a second draw. We could go and put a card back into his deck. Wouldn't be the worst idea possible, right? It's just, so that's going to be 900. I mean, he's going to gain a draw as well. If we weaken our own card, then that's going to be annoying as well. That's a real tough situation, because our Maxim just sits there and it can't do anything. He can pop our back row and draw a card and get closer to the whole draw thing, but we can't do anything. We're on the back foot. There is no way of us doing anything unless, again, we haven't got, we're not playing Troops of Doomed. 63, yeah, that's a big chunk of damage. Yeah, he just, at this point, it's not happening. Just not happening. GG. He got the maximum first, had the back row advantage. Fair play. Okay, next over us a Yuga. So it could be Magnum Overlord, could be La Machine, could be the Vast Vulcan deck, which I think actually might be the best new deck from the box because it's burn-based. And so you can very easily get in situations where you are going to win very quickly. And especially against our deck that does put a field spell on the field, that can be a bit of a problem. Now, we've not seen the world's greatest hand ever, right? And I think here we go Picklon, discard the Constructor to draw into the field spell, which just suddenly makes our field way better than it would be, right? Let's go 1, 2, in for our Build Dragon, play the field spell, play our Build Dragon, go and bring back from the graveyard the big Battle Roller, summon you, negate attack face down, and then we can play our skill as well, and go and buff this up, and then go and grab a Picklon back to our field. To our hand at least, go and set it face down. And, you know, 2 big bodies, face down, not too bad for turn 1 of Rush Duel, but it does depend on a turn 1 Magnum Overlord. Okay, so that's fun. I don't think I want to waste an engage attack this turn. I think we'll save it, because there's no point, right? So let's just let him do his thing, attack in, fair play. Oh, it's a little bit annoying. I mean, we can go and shuffle that back or back in. We are very close to our maximum. That is a good thing. So let's go and play Prom Howling. And go and put that back in. Probably could have saved it, to be fair. Because if it was the Magical Stream, that was kind of a waste. Do we go for the middle? Well, I mean, there's no point in going for the middle of this, because if we do and we lose it, then we're kind of boned. So let's go and put Unit Defense, go and put the Drill Zard on the field as well. I guess I'm going to call it a turn. You know what, I've got to keep this maximum in hand. I'm not playing it and then losing it when we need it to beat this guy. And if he does play back row, we can pop it with our maximum and then get enough attack points to be over it. So we should be okay, again, if we see the 3rd piece. That is it. And we've got 2 draws next turn. He's going to be swinging in. Gonna turn off our trap. Let's see. See what happens. 3, 2, 1, and we've got the 3rd piece. Okay. Okay. Maximum summon. WYRM Excavator coming down. Gonna play animation again. Gonna see our lovely machine with the dragon head. It's a very weird maximum combination. And it's just very funny to see that the cover card of the box is a rare. Because why would you put the middle of a giant construction factory in the middle, you know, as a cover card of the box? You wouldn't, right? 45 is kind of insane. We could go for a back row pop, but there is no point. I mean, getting 2 draws would be nice, but at the moment, we'll keep with where we are, right? I think that's fine. Get above a bit, okay, sure. Even things out, deal 11, that's okay. So, Yuga can go for a Troop to Doomed, pop a card, that's fine. He can go for a Magnum Overlord again. Seven's Road can't beat over this. Of course, Talismanic can make that happen. And of course, Negate Attack is going to come in real clutch. So, just gotta hope it doesn't get popped, but given what he's doing right now, I don't think he's there. And so, going for a set, and a back row set, that's fine. Our game plan is now to just stall and draw as many cards as possible. It's just that simple. Now, we could go and pop this back row and just kind of keep him on his toes every turn. I think we do, right? We go return back to deck, sure. Howling, doesn't matter, it's right at the end. Go and pop this. It was a buffered slime. So that was going to be real big if we need to get over our maximum. Because what we can do is when we get down to less than 10 cards, if we were kind of in lethal range, we could, of course, pop the back row with this and then distribute over it to summon out our level 6 and then go to town from there. Did I attack? Did I just like completely end my turn? I think I did. Yeah, I just forgot to attack. Okay, that could come around to bite me in the arse, but we'll see. Another back row as well. Going to end phase. We're now in a situation that Volt was in where they just have so much advantage. Even if it doesn't look like it, right? The life point deficit is kind of big, but we can just keep returning cards back to our deck, popping their back row, drawing a card, and kind of going from there, right? So eventually, we'll be in a situation where Yuga can summon his maximum, but our life points are higher, and he's going for Magical Stream. So I think he's got a play here, a big maximum play potentially. Going for Negate Attack being removed, that is very, very big. We could have set the Primal Howling to kind of bait around that. He is reducing as well, and then ending his turn because he knows he can't do it. And I think now that we're in striking range of hitting, what's that? That's exactly 5,000, right? So we can go play our skill and just go and slam into the Torna, and that's going to be lethal by 200 points. Not too shabby. On to the next duel. Okay, this guy is in gold 5 already in Rush Duel playing Roa, so might be Roa Rebels. Of course, they do get better once all the balanced decks come into effect and everything kind of shuffles down a bit in terms of the overall power level they have. But we'll see. We'll see what he's on. And once again, we're seeing double field spell, and you know, okay, like, we're not going to get a res off, which is kind of annoying. Do we just save that, right? Do we go peaks, and then set peaks over it, and then end, and just end on that, right? Is that like the best play we had? We could have picked on risk to draw, but in that situation, we don't want to then have a 200 body on the field. Especially given he can cheese out very big monsters very easily. So I think we played it correctly. He's going to clear these. He knows our cards are fairly weak, which is fine. Now, Rebels, I've not played against in, God, a couple of months now. So we'll see how good this can be. And not great. I mean, to be fair, this isn't awful, right? We can go 1, 2, summon the Bill Dragon, number 1. So we can actually summon like 2 Bill Dragons this turn. Play this, go play Bill Dragon 1's effect to bring back out our Shovelon, summon our second right piece of WYRM Excavator, which is kind of annoying that we are wasting these so early on, but it's kind of needed to get to where we are. So Bill Dragon number 2, in for Shovelon again. We can then play our skill to go and grab Shovelon, buff up as well, add a card back to the hand. Do we want to add a piece for next turn? That's kind of interesting. I think we do, right? I think we go and add one of the wheels, one of the back wheels, and just like, we've got a piece. If we need it, then great. If we don't, then great. Doesn't seem like he's got much in the back row. We know Roa was usually on the King's Majesty trap, which isn't live right now, which is good. We know also that, like every other deck, it's going to be Negate Attack, going to be the bubble one as well. I keep forgetting the name of the card. Going for triple back row set, he also knows we can't deal damage when he's got this wrap, so we're going to go for a double set again. It's kind of annoying putting both of our legends face down, because again, he can pop them. But I think just getting this clear every single turn is going to be so strong. And going for the Death Doom Requiem to cheese out another piece. And that's it. Okay. And there's our buffered slime. So we're close to maximum, right? We're one piece away. That's cool. Here, Negate Attack would be clutch, but it's not again. Okay, so his skill, it just places 2 and doesn't have any other requirement aside from that. So it's either a defensive wall or a way for him to get access to his big nuke. That's going to be coming now. And the issue is we've got a lot of levels on our board. A lot. Now, we are going to be saved from the slime, right? That is going to protect our life points, which is going to be nice. In for heavy metal number 1. Okay. That is interesting. There comes Doom Metal. That's the big one. The big board nuke. It's going to play it. Deals 2,000 points of damage. Going to play Buffered Slime. Milling the left piece. The piece that we needed to see. Are you... I mean, okay, there's one left in deck. That's fine enough. We can bring it back, though. So actually, it's not all that bad, right? We can go and discard... I guess Drillzard is fine. To go and bring back the this piece here. And go for a maximum. Hopefully, this will be okay. We could pop a field spell to draw 2 cards. We don't want to do that. We are going to play its effect, though. And go and return back to the deck. Sure, buffer... I guess that's fine, right. Let's go and nuke that back row. See what it was. It was a buffered slime of its own. That is cool. 48. We need 25. Still not enough to deal damage and win. He can't pop us, so I think here we go for Prowl Howling. And we like return this back row back. We debuff a bit. That's okay. Buff you up. Go combat. Swing in. And it was the wrong one. It was the Negate Attack. Okay. So if he summons a second Doom Metal, he's then got to not have a back row removal. And we're fine. Right, that is basically the clear condition here. Is he gets a second Doom Metal. And then has the back row. There is the second Doom Metal. So our maximum is going to die. We're going to take 1,000 damage. Okay, only 1,000, that's fine. We can survive this turn with our Negate Attack. Okay. Very good. Now, just please top deck the face. Just Top deck the face, please. Not the face. Oh boy. So we can't get the face kind of in play right now. So we can go, right, summon the Shovelon, and our skill, if we played Peaks, adds a monster. I don't think we've added with the skill. Either way, this wouldn't change anything because we can still clear the card anyway. So regardless of what happens, this should be okay. I've already added, haven't I? Okay, it mattered. Apparently it mattered. Our WYRM Excavator. It would have mattered, to be fair, because we would have been able to get piercing and may have won from this clear. Actually, that could have been a thing that had happened. This is our third piece in hand, right? It's very annoying. Okay, so if we want to summon the Maximum again, then we've got to keep this piece in hand. If he's got a back row pop, he can clear this. It makes this tradable. He then clears this and summons something else, and then he's got it. He can't pop this with his heavy metal, because that's 8 or lowers, I believe, if he goes for that. I think that's what that is, right? So he's got to have a second Doom Metal, or a third Doom Metal, sorry. A third Doom Metal in those 7 cards. Or he has Shadow Buyer, which shovels one back to the deck, and then increases the level. So he could have the third. He had the third. That shuffle in that unless you do, okay. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Go pop that, flip you up, and then attack in. And there's Nessus, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that, either way wouldn't have won. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying, Okay, we're back to a nail. We saw him in our first duel of the video. Now, potentially our last duel, but probably not. Probably gonna be more after this, because I'm just playing for as long as possible. Let's see, we're going first as well, and once again, we've seen our Build Dragon, but no field spell to make it live. There's our second maximum piece, and that's kind of, it's kind of annoying, right? Because I kind of here just want to go for the triple set, which might come around to bite me in the ass, but knowing his skill can debuff right away means that summoning this is not really a great investment, because he can just, again, cheese out that Astral Hydron. Right, and so at least with this, we're taking no damage, he's clearing less cards, that is fine. I mean, it's not like a great field, but it's certainly a field of all time. So we can go summon into our Constructor Build Dragon, number 1. We can then go and summon the second copy of the head, and the second copy of this, in for Build Dragon number 2. Again, kind of annoying that the face card is in our graveyard and multiple copies, but we should be fine. Excavator going to buff up a card in the field, that's okay. Gonna play Prom Howling to go and shuffle this card back to the bottom of the deck. Will be massive. Go combat, swing in, deal some damage. This is going to be very weak. And then deal 25 again. So, in a very good spot, they can just very, very easily bring out that Drago. And he's milling a piece, but going for the Manny, which tells me the play this turn is a double beat down strategy. Which is going to be interesting, right? Let's see. Debuff 1 or no, going for 2. Okay, so a Manny and Astral Hydron probably coming out is what I expect. Yep, that's Hydron number 1, and here comes Manny number 2. Now, if back row's in play, that's a bit more difficult, but we'll see. Milling Reincarnation is massive for us. Going to be returning 3 to gain a bit of a buff. Returning 1, 2, okay, only 2. Okay, fair enough, going to be debuffing our dragon, is setting a back row. Never a good sign. Shuffling deck also means that back row put on the bottom is no longer there. Not what we wanted, but also not actually all that bad, right? It's not like the best, but it works. So, Pig's Blistopia, we can play Primal Howling, we can go and put this back on the bottom of the deck. Okay, sure. We can summon our Shovelon, fair enough, and go for the tribute summon of our middle maximum piece. Like, okay, fair enough. We'll play the skill, and we'll go and add back to our hand. I guess we'll go for, you know, it's the highest defense. We might as well just go for this, right? It's going to be played anyway. Set this. Do I want to keep this in hand, though? That is the question. I think we just go for another. We just activate it again, right? Just why not? Go combat, swing in, clear this. That's fine. We know we're going to lose it because of Manny. Right, he's got multiple side bursts in the graveyard at the moment. He can debuff this enough to clear this. We know what's happening. Vermitron coming down. He's going to be milling. Negate attack, though, is massive again for us. That's one more threat gone. I think if we just see the maximum, then we win, right? Then we win. He can't pop our guy with a Drago, because it's level 10, but he can't beat over it with all this stuff. So we're taking a good chunk of damage this turn. This is now the final play, like 100% the final play. Because if he goes for Drago on a triple set, then we're donezo. This would have been useful, right? It would have been useful if we save this in hand and hope that there's no trap that can. Ooh, here comes the big Drago. Okay, milling particle acceleration is huge. Do not play particle acceleration from hand. I feel like you would have played it first, right? You would have done it. Okay, you would have done it first. Fair enough. Negate attack. This needs to be the head. Show me the head, please. It's not the head, but we can get the head back, and I hope this doesn't mess up like the last two we did. Right. So Peaks Blistopia. If we play Peaks this turn, we can add 1 3 or 10 maximum to our hand. Play the skill. We're gonna buff this. Going to add to our hand the head. Okay, that works. Maximum summon in for WYRM Excavator is coming down. Attack points on summon is going to be 4,500. We do not need to pop anything. Okay, return to the deck. I guess like negate attack. It doesn't matter if it's in the graveyard. It's just kind of existing. To pop this, make weaker, and then draw another one. Okay, 47. It was a net positive. It may not be, going forward, but we also are now less than 10 cards on our deck, meaning piercing is now live. We really lose to Tribute to the Doomed, right? But I believe he also was running Reincarnation. So he could go for a Drago and then debuff, right? And then clear it, but he's not going to be able to get there. So let's go play the effect. It doesn't really matter. Return back to deck this to pop one of these back row, and we get a draw. We play the skill. We're going to make this, sure, go to combat. Don't be talismanic. It's not. There we go. There is our piercing for game. Let's do one more duel. So here we go, the final duel of the video versus Yuga Odo. Hopefully this time we don't misplay and have lethal on board and attack the wrong card and have 100 points left, and then our opponent just kind of top decks into negate attack, into buffered slime, into everything possible to win the duel going forward. But our starting hand is not super duper amazing, but also not like awful. It's always kind of bad to set all these cards on turn 1, but we're going to go for it anyway. Going to summon into the big battle roller in attack mode. Sure, that's fine. He's on a legendary skill, so again, it could be the new Vulcan, could be La Machine, it could be Magnum Overlord. I'm going to assume Magnum Overlord because that's what most people are on right now. Ghost Cyclone coming down. If you're playing, if you're playing a deck that uses limit 3s, then I'm gonna. Oh my god, you're playing La Machine. So if this was post-ban list, then this would be completely different. You wouldn't be playing that card. Okay, I see how it is. Taking advantage. I mean, go ahead, right? You got until like July 4th, so why not? Why not? And we've not seen Line Machine today, so this could be pretty cool. He's going to be potentially going for the piercing here. Do you go for piercing? No, I can't beat over it, right? You don't. Okay, that is certainly a play. I feel like in this situation I would have gone for the piercing. It wouldn't have mattered, right? But this is going to be a fairly big play, I think. So let's go for our Peaks of Blistopia. We'll go and play our Picklon. Picklon, go and send to graveyard. Drillzard, sure, to draw into another Drillzard. Picklon again, discarding a Drillzard to draw into Buffered Slime. That's actually way better than we could have hoped for. That's really good. Sack these two off. In for our lovely Bill Dragon. Play the effect. Bring back out the big Battle Roller. Flip this card up. Going to activate the effect of Buffered Slime. We're not going to play it. No, we're not. We're going to set it face down. What am I chatting? Going to buff you up. We don't want to add a card here, right? I don't think there's any point. I mean, we could go for a Picklon for next turn, right? That could actually be fairly big. I mean, sure. Let's go for a Picklon for next turn. Go combat. Attack in. Is it going to be nothing? Negate attack? Negate attack. Okay. The worst card it could have possibly been for us. Just straight up. Plus side, he has no cards in his graveyard to use for the effect of his Innovator. That's okay. Downside is he can just draw into the back removal and pop this. Not this card is going to be played this turn, so it's somewhat dead, and trading 1 for 1 is going to be fine. He is now going to be able to beat over... Wait, not yet. Huh. He may not. Oh, he can't get over that with his... Okay. And he's going to scoop. So I think we'll do... I think we'll do one more proper duel. One more. Again, Just one more. Okay, for real this time, our final duel of the video, another Asana. Will you be a archive skill? Okay, so again, it could be Blue Eyes, could be Gaia, could be Harpy, whatever else. Thunders, sure. Going first again, hand-wise, is not fantastic, but also it's not terrible. Because I'd much rather keep this maximum piece in hand than go for it turn 1. So actually, not too bad, right? Not too bad, right? Go for our Bill Dragon. Let's go and summon you. Play our skill, gonna buff up a little bit, and I believe also gonna get the effect off to add to our hand. For the moment, gonna be Picklon, gonna set you face down, and it's okay. You know, there's no back row, but we've got a very big body, and she's going to... Okay, we'll do another one. Okay, for real, the final one versus Asana. Will you also be an archive skill, or will it be a mirror match? It is not, it is an archive skill. Okay. And we're finally on a rank up. You can tell how this recording session has gone. It's been a very up and down thing, like Rush Duel always has been. We're 2/3 the way there to our maximum. That's cool. Setting 1, setting 2, and setting 3, and a back row. Okay. Fairly standard Rush Duel gameplay. Primal Howling is going to be very, very big. So we are just going to go for the very boring play of summon a Bill Dragon and pass. It's a real boring field, but it kind of has to be done to establish some board presence, right? So, sure. Return back to the deck. Gonna play the skill to get an imaginary buff up that doesn't matter. There's no recursion of cards in the graveyard, so that is what it is. And you're on Blast Jaws, which I believe is going to be Thunders. Okay. So, the last play that scooped on us was on Thunder as well. So, kind of interesting they've set us up for a rematch of sorts, but different player. But we'll see. Going for the boat, which is going to get a revive off for the vanilla in the graveyard. Now, this is a matchup that is going to suck, because if they're playing a new spell card that dumps out the player's entire hand, and our maximum is so focused on getting cards in the hand, it's not going to be a fun time. And also, that's a very big amount of damage we're taking on turn 2. So, it's so big, in fact, that we're on 600 life points left. It's max or bust. It's bust. Do we have a piece in here? Oh my god, we do. Oh my god, we do. Bring back the maximum piece. Summon into the WYRM Excavator the Heavy Cavalry Drago. Sure. Play the effect of him to go and return to the deck. Reincarnation, sure, down to the bottom. Pop the back row. It was a recital. But if he does go for the hand rip, then this being on the field would be way better. And we're going to draw next turn anyway. So, buff you up, that's fine. Play our skill, buff this, and also we can recur a card back to the hand. Even better. We gain both of the bonuses there. Go combat, swing into... Oh, actually, what matters here, right? Thunder Cavalry kind of does nothing at the moment. But the boat does. The boat, if I cleared this, could then bring back other stuff. So I think we go for the boat. Because either way, if they have the removal, Troops are doomed, then I lose anyway. If they don't, then they can't get to a point where they kind of get there quicker, I guess. So we'll see what kind of happens from here. Gonna wall up. You're not gonna set any cards in the back row, which might clog up your hand at some point. So I think, no, you are okay. I'll just keep popping them, that's fine. Gonna play our Cavalry Drago, returning back the peaks, sure. To pop this, that's fine, drawing a card as well. Go for the field spell, just play this, sure. I don't really want to add a card back from our graveyard to hand, because there's no real point. I mean, it is more tap points, but if she does get the spell card, then it's just over. Because I think it's like 100, it's like 300 for every card we discard, so that's going to be a massive amount. Quite possibly a stupid amount of attack points. And there is the tribute to the doomed. They were waiting for it. If they don't have back row removal, we have a shot. And we have negate attack. Now, surely, in our big hand of 10,000 cards, we have the summon. But definitively, the final time of WYRM Excavator. The Heavy Cavalry Drago coming down. Gonna be very, very big indeed. Does this win here? This is what, 4,000? I'm not gonna make the same mistake again. Gonna go for a bit of a buff, that's okay. Go combat, swing in, and that's lethal. That's done. Onto the deck list. So this is a list we're running. It's pretty straightforward, right? We're playing pretty much all names we can do. We're playing some back removal because you do sometimes need it, right? When having this isn't enough. I have seen other people, like Volt, playing a different build that kind of drops the back removal to play more of the back row protection, and so that could be an option as well for just, just hardcore, going for your maximum, and then going all in on that being the play. Which is better? Who knows? Is it going to be a top tier deck? I don't think so. I think it still kind of gets bodied by most of the old box decks, but as you've seen, it can still wins if you play right, and especially if you don't have lethal on board and attack in to a card with 100 more attack points when there's one on board that you could have just won with. So, yeah. But overall, a really fun deck. Hopefully next video will be the Vulcan deck, the new Yuga Maximum. That's kind of burn focused. Gonna have to level up Gavin, I think, to get some cards for that one. But we'll see. Anyway, a very fun time with this one. Hope you enjoyed Duel. I'll see you all in next Dawn's video. Adios.